This is a reporter standing on the side of the road, and you may need to see the video. I tweeted out this video if you need a smile or a laugh. This reporter is standing on the side of the road doing a live local news report, and his mom drives by to say hi to him in the background. And if you need a laugh, listen to this.
This is my mom. Hold on.
Hi, baby.
I'm trying to work right now. You over there calling my phone. This is D'Angelo. You can say hi. And don't be holding up traffic because you got cars behind you. Did you record that?
So that is mom coming by during the broadcast. She wants to say hi to D'Angelo, who is the cameraman, and rolls down the window, yells out the window. This is a vintage mom video. If you haven't seen that, again, you could hear it, but if you want to see it, it'll give you a good smile. Buck, is there anything more mom than that video driving by to see her son out doing a stand on the side of the road report as a newscaster?
It was great. I mean, it's fun. She's so proud. You can tell she's a proud mom. And it's a fun video, folks. We should put it up on clayandbuck.com so people can check it out. It's a quick one.
Did you ever have to talk to your mom about your media job? And so I'll give you an example because this is a great mom story that ties in with that one we just played. Buck, I had to tell my mom early on when I started writing, you can't get in the comments and respond to people who are being mean to me. I was like, I understand that you want to do it and you think I'm an amazing son, but Mom, you can't get online and respond to people who are saying mean things about me. I had to tell her no. I said, you can't do that anymore.
I have an uncle who is quite conservative and gets very fired up about these things, and very early on, he did not ask me. It was a very early on in my radio career. I got a call say it was Bob from upstate New York. You're online too. This is going back now almost 10 years, and he asked me a question, so it wasn't like you're the greatest radio host. It wasn't something cheesy. He just really wanted to ask this question. I remember listening to the voice and saying, is that Uncle Bob? Sure enough, it was.
My dad actually is a huge sports fan, and he called in early on me doing local sports talk radio to talk about a sports-related issue. I was like, that sounds like my dad, but I didn't know.
I do a little video podcast with a Democrat friend of mine and Mark Lamont Hill. And my dad, right before the Super Bowl, because he got to my place a little early, actually made an appearance in that episode. And I was like, well, this is great because my dad, it's like a real American. He actually likes football and watches football and knows about it. And likes betting, and enjoys that aspect of it. And I will say that I had to pay the bet though on his behalf to Mark because we did lose on that one, gentleman's bet that we had. But yeah, no, I mean it's fun. My dad, at some point we should maybe on Mother's Day or something we could have
moms on.
Yeah, we'd have the
That's
moms
not a bad
on.
idea.
Kind of fun. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. To hear from them. We could ask Clay and Buck's moms anything. Would be a fun segment.
That would be very well received. I had it's been a couple of years ago now. Do you remember when the Star Wars came back out? The one where, spoiler alert, they brought back after years and years, and I took my 4-year-old at the time, and he was sitting in my lap, and we were doing a television hit talking about the new Star Wars movie, and he was super excited to go. And he immediately, I didn't know he was going to be there. He walked right in, hopped in my lap, and he said, he had like a sucker in his mouth. He pulled the sucker out and he said, Han Solo dies. And then he it was the Star Wars when Han Solo died. Everybody was like trying, not spoiler alert, by the way. It's been like a 7 or 8 years now. But he just popped his sucker out. We had gone to see it like the day it came out, and then he just disappeared. And everybody was like, that's one of the all-time most savage spoilers ever. He just hopped in my lap, said that, then immediately left. He was 4.
Yeah, so it's always fun to have the family thinking about the stuff you do, but I also think it's entertaining when you have friends of yours that pop up, and you must have this too, people you haven't spoken to in 20 years. I mean, I've had people from that I went to high school with who will say, especially after something like yesterday where we broke a lot of news with the Trump interview at Mar-a-Lago, which, by the way, nice club. I gotta learn to play golf just so I can hang out in these fancy places and have something to do other than drink by the pool. So it's very, very nice.
Drinking by the pool a lot less stressful than playing golf. Let me just tell you that.
I gotta say, I mean, I'm a guy. Yeah, that's how I feel about skiing. I always want to just be hanging out at the lodge. Hot tub, champagne, hanging out. I'm not really a out there avoiding trees at high speed guy. Anyway, but yeah, I have people that reach out that say, "Oh, you came across my radar for whatever reason." It's fun to do what we do because you never know who's going to be driving cross country or who's going to find themselves in the back of a cab, and all of a sudden they'll say, "I think I went to high school with that guy," and then because there's so many ways they can reach, LinkedIn and Twitter, whatever, they'll find you.
And I do my sports gambling show for the last 4 years. We've done that. The number of times I'll hear from people in high school, and they all have a story like, so I just happened to be in this bar at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and up on the screen directly above the bar was you breaking down who's going to win the Super Bowl. And it reminds me of when David Letterman said he first got his television show, and his show was on so late at night, and this is obviously before DVR and everything else, that he would say everyone who told him that they had watched their show, they always had an excuse. I couldn't sleep. I was up in the middle of the night. I just decided to put the television on, and there you were. And it's definitely the case when this show is everywhere for purposes of radio. The other funny part is when people who don't even we've had people call in before who didn't even realize that they had gone to school, and then they slowly kind of all put it together. But anyway, it was a heck of a day yesterday at Mar-a-Lago, and we also love all the moms out there. That's a perfect clip. A little bit of advance of Mother's Day coming up here before long.
Yeah. When is Mother's Day again?
May. It's early, or I'm just giving people an early lead because some of you out there are like me and you have to buy gifts for your kids as well as your moms and your wives.